Yo, what's up? Just past the half marathon point, my morning run. Pretty good. I think average pace is like 7:57 right now. Average heart rate has been just under 150. So really good signs. Nice, encouraging. Finish this run. Let's get back home. One mile left. Gonna try to put it in at target marathon pace. Gearing up, about ready to go. Stop the music. 16.01 miles, 7 minutes and 53 seconds per mile, average heart rate of 149 beats per minute. That's a pretty encouraging long run for me, that heart rate in particular. So I think in my last marathon block, most of the long runs ended up being closer to like 8:30 per mile with heart rates in like the mid 150s. So really encouraging. I know it's towards the beginning of the block, like accumulated fatigue is not as big of a deal right now as later on. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Also, it's a pretty cool day. It's not really warm in the summer. But yeah, overall really good. Still loving the vest, loving the singlet, loving the half tights. We'll talk more about that anyway. Let's go inside. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a little bit of time. I think it's been a few weeks. Anyway, we are just starting to come out of what we can call like the off season. Today's run, real quick, was 16.01 miles, 7 minutes and 53 seconds per mile. And the way I do my weekly like training calendar is Sunday's the beginning, Saturday's the end. So last week was a 57-mile week. The week before was 50. So we're kind of starting that build back into the marathon training block, which actually officially starts next weekend. But maybe we'll just say it's a 19-week block, and we'll count this week as the beginning of the training. Anyway, we are basically back. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to mean for like the video schedule. There will be more of them. I don't know if it'll be every day. I don't know if it'll be once a week. I'm not really sure. We'll just kind of tackle that as we go along, but it feels good to be kind of through the rest period for sure, basically all the way through the off season, and really kind of staring down a concrete race schedule for the rest of this year. Let's talk about what that race schedule is. I have 3 of them on the calendar. No, sorry, 4 of them on the calendar. Not really sure I would call them all like A races. The A race is the marathon in the fall, but it should be a fun progression through to the marathon. So, number 1, June 30th, 25 days from now, just over 4 weeks, 4 weeks? 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks away is the Race Judicata 5K. It's the only 5K I have on the schedule for this year. I would like to say that I'm going to go for a PR attempt, but I'm not entirely sure that that's correct because this race we thought was originally going to be in September, and then we got news that it was moved to June. it's a charity race for the legal profession up here in Chicago. I understand logistically why they moved it forward, but we just found out, like, now it's been about 2 weeks ago. So I was in the middle of off season, not really training that lot, just doing some kind of base building miles, and then we got this news. So I'm gearing up for the 5K. I don't know that I'll be getting in like PR type shape by then, but we're going to try. My current PR is 19 minutes and 3 seconds. So what I would really like to do is to change that first part of the time to an 18. I would love to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're going to work towards it. After race judicata, we don't have anything in July. And then August 7th, I believe it is, I signed up for the Naperville Sprint Triathlon. I know. The kind of the theme of this marathon training block in this race schedule is variety. I'm a big fan, cheerleader, whatever you want to call it, for having variety, for having fun in your fitness program, in your training program, in your running program, in your whatever program you want to have fun. So I'm going to do the sprint triathlon. It's 375 meters swimming. It is a half marathon on the bike, and it is a 5K. So nothing crazy. It's going to be nice to have some cross training in the block, which is something I wanted to do anyway. I think the total volume of miles in the training block is going to be real similar to the training block for Austin. Peaked out, 75, 80 miles per week, but I'm going to add some cross training on top of that to kind of hit some other muscle groups. I think this really kind of stems from a place where both of the two marathons I've run so far have not been a cardio, quote unquote, fitness issue. I haven't really redlined, even though both of them were kind of difficult situations. The Chicago Marathon last year was hot and very windy. The Austin Marathon, 13, 14 feet of elevation gain. Neither one of them did I ever redline from my cardio capacity. Instead, I was having muscle issues. Part of that's nutrition. I think part of that is also just strength. And so I really want to hit some cross training. I want to hit the bike. I want to hit the pool a little bit. And I want to hit some resistance training. And I think signing up for a sprint triathlon will help me do that. So anyways, after the sprint triathlon, just a few weeks later, August 20th, I believe, I'm going to participate in what's called a three-legged monster race. It's down in the Ozarks in Missouri. I'm doing it with a buddy of mine. You pair up in teams. One of you runs a trail half marathon, which is going to be my portion. The other rides, I think it's a 30-mile cross-country bike ride, like technical trail bike ride. You meet up on the banks of, I believe, the Merrimack, that's in Steelville, and then you paddle 12 more miles, and first team to the finish line wins. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Again, kind of keeping with the concept of variety. We want to have fun, and it'll provide some different strength things into the training block. So that'll be really nice. And then October 2nd is my marathon, and I am doing the Mo Cowbell Marathon in St. Charles, Missouri. It's a flat course. The temperature should be pretty good, and so it should produce fast times. The only things I'm really kind of concerned about is twofold with the Mo Cowbell. Is one, the fields are good for, a regional race, several thousand people, but it's not like running Austin with 15,000. It's not like running the Bank of America Chicago Marathon with 35,000 people. So it'll be interesting to see how many people there are around the pace that I want to run. I've looked at historical results. There's typically enough that there should be a little pack of people, but not a lot. The other thing is it's a mixed surface. So the vast majority of it is through the streets like normal. However, there's a little portion, a few miles, where you jump on the MKT trail. It's a crushed, pretty buffed out limestone trail. I've run on it many times. I don't think it's going to create an issue as far as footing and that sort of stuff. So it should be fine along the banks of the Missouri River out by St. Charles. But those are the only two things that kind of give me any concern. It's a lot cheaper than signing up for other stuff. I did put my name in the hat for Chicago. I didn't get in. I don't have a good for time. I don't have a good for age time right now. So hopefully we remedy that this year. But I don't have one right now. So I didn't get through the lottery. I could sign up for a charity runner spot, but I don't really want to do that. For various reasons, there's fantastic charities out there that deserve support. There's some logistical reasons why it wasn't going to work for me this year. So that's what the race schedule looks like. I am very excited for it. And hopefully all of that kind of culminates. You probably saw in the thumbnail to the video, this is like my Project BQ training block. Now, I 100% recognize that is a big stretch goal, because if you follow the channel, you know that my marathon PR is 3:14:11. At Austin, I have to drop 14 minutes off my marathon time to get there. That's a big ask. I mean, I dropped like 10 from my first marathon to my second. I'm banking on a few things. One, I'm banking on both. I'm only 2 marathons into my quote-unquote career, so I'm learning as I go, and I think just from learning the race, learning the nutrition on race day, learning nutrition going into race day, all that sort of stuff, I'm banking on hopefully getting a little bit of time there. I also think that just because I'm so relatively new, like a baby runner, a baby distance runner, it really only started late 2019, early 2020, so let me go at this at kind of like 2 years, is like my gains have come in like pretty big chunks so far. And then as far as like kind of evidence pointing in this direction, you know, the Go St. Louis Half Marathon, I did in 1 hour and 27 minutes, and I did that only about a month after a full marathon, which really meant that I had no like specific training, and really was just a couple weeks after like the recovery period from that marathon. I was able to pull out a 127. Done some like fitness indicator workouts already. Like I did a batch of Yasuo 800s recently and was able to get all of them under 3 minutes with the appropriate recovery time. So there's a few indicators that say it's in the realm of possibility. At the very high end of possibility, and I might not get there, and that's okay. I'm not going to be devastated if I don't get there, but I want to set like a high goal and chase after it with everything I got. If I don't get there, I don't get there, but the journey will have been worth it. So that's the beginning of this block. Some other logistical things. I expect to be in Florida a couple times during this training block. We're going to be in Paris for almost 2 weeks. So hopefully there'll be some lovely footage of running by the Seine, running by the Eiffel Tower, all that sort of stuff. Maybe we'll make it out to Roland Garros. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're coming back into the swing of things. Video will pick up a little more. Thanks for coming along on the journey. Today's run was great. Today's run was that was another like piece of evidence. All of my long runs, even in like good temperature, going into Austin, like I was only able to pull down like 8:15, 8:30 per mile with a heart rate like in the mid 150s. Today was 7 minutes and 53 seconds at 149 beats per minute. Again, I think just kind of like the fitness is coming in chunks because I'm still pretty new at this. So it's not like I'm tapped out at the high end. So I'm gaining, I think, kind of quickly. Hopefully I can get there. If not, and this all looks foolish, whatever. You know, we all make mistakes. We all set really big goals and sometimes don't meet them, and that's okay. I thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below like what you want the video schedule to look like what topics, shoes, races, comparing races, just training. What do you want to see? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would. Thank you very much. I will talk to you later.